Well, hello there. It's been a while since my last video and I do apologise for that, but unfortunately I've been so incredibly busy with things over the last few weeks. But never mind that, I'm here now, and at the moment I'm in Grandad's greenhouse. Now I thought I'd take you on a bit of an allotment update today and just show you how things are growing and some of the experiments I've been running and how they've provided. But as you can see, Grandad's greenhouse is still standing and is absolutely fine. We have had some really strong winds come through here over the last few weeks, and I was a little worried on how this was going to cope overnight. I didn't need to worry at all. It's been absolutely fine. Not even moved or anything, so thankfully that was a rather relief. Now on the inside, tomatoes and chickpeas and things in here have been growing rather well. Unfortunately, and I kind of expected this, the weeds were pretty bad in here. I kind of expected it because I didn't sort it out when I popped the plants in. I was in a rush to get the plants in, so as I had something growing in here, and the greenhouse was put to use. But that's a lesson learned, and over the winter there's big plans going on in here that are going to hopefully alleviate the weeds and make the growing space better. But more on that as we go on throughout the year. Now I mentioned the chickpeas, and they have been really fantastic in here. They've been growing really well, and I'm going to be harvesting them on my next video, and we'll see how we get on with those and how many we get. I'm really impressed with them. I don't know how they're going to taste, but they've been growing really well. But I'll go more into that on my next video. Now there's another experiment I have been running this year, and that was the carrots. So I'm going to meet you out by the carrots and we'll discuss those. Well, you may recall that I have said that I have trouble sowing carrots on this allotment. The soil, I think, is too clayey for carrots to germinate in the ground. So a few videos ago I filled some plastic containers up with multi-purpose compost and sowed some carrots and parsnips into these containers, and the germination rate has been a lot better. As you can see, there's a lot of growth in these. They're doing really well. So I have thinned out a few carrots, and I've put those in another pot which have also grown and continue to grow, which I was very surprised about, because normally carrots don't like to be moved. More importantly than that, some of the thinnings, although the carrots are still a little on the small side, we have picked and we have eaten, and they have came down really well. So that has been a real result, and tells me a bit more about what I need. Now the future plans, I'm going to get some more containers, perhaps some bigger containers, continue filling those up with multi-purpose compost and grow them probably in this same area. I might move them around. I might have some that go in the greenhouse and come outside. That's all in the future. But it tells me that to grow carrots I need to grow them in multi-purpose compost. So that is looking really good. Now the pumpkins was something I want to show you next. Now the pumpkins is something else I demonstrated in a previous video that I grow in the compost heaps, and normally I get some really good results growing this way. However, this year I've used different varieties and they're not performing as great as I would have liked. There's always next year, so I'm not too worried, and actually we've still got pumpkins from last year, so that's not the end of the world. But what I have noticed is this pumpkin here, which has grown to a reasonable size. It's a little small, but it's an edible one. It's meant to be Crown Prince. I don't think it is. I got these seeds from a seed swap, and I think it's the wrong colour to be a Crown Prince. But never mind, we'll see how that turns out. We'll find out how edible it is, and we'll continue to use it. Now over here I've got an even smaller pumpkin, which is Vifta and Tempus, and I can never pronounce that right, so I apologise if I haven't. But again, that's on the small side, a very small side, but as long as it tastes good, I don't mind. And then over the back we've got some butternut squashes, which are in flower, So hopefully we'll get some butternut squashes out of those. Now let's head up over onto the top half of the allotment and show you what's going on up there. Well, on this half of the allotment there's been lots going on. In various places I've planted some of this purple sprouting broccoli, which has taken up quite a bit of space. They have quite a long growing period, but I like them, and I'll be interested to see how they turn out when they are grown. I know in other places I've got this kale, and that has grown really well. Really pleased with how that looks. Tastes fantastic. Use it in so many meals. Absolutely love the stuff. And we've also got a cabbage just behind me, just here, which is ready. It's nice size, and we've got a few of those cabbages. Trouble with a lot of the brassicas is you don't need a huge amount of them, so only a few is enough, unless you eat a lot of cabbages. We eat a few, but perhaps not a lot. Tomatoes are a bit of a mess. They were growing really nice and straight and strong, and then the strong winds came along and blew the canes over, and that's the same with the beans as well towards the back, which has caused a bit of a problem. Well, that should give me plenty of food to keep me going throughout this next week. I've got a good selection of tomatoes, beans, raspberries, even a little cauliflower. So thank you very much for joining me in this video. I'm going to take this lot home and cook something up. Next time, as I say, I'll be picking up those chickpeas. Apologies for being so long again for the video, but there will be more, and I've got lots of plans, and having a break away from making these videos has given me a chance to really think about what I want to do. Anyway, thank you very much again. Please take care, and I'll speak to you again next time.